In the early 2000s, the world is thrown into a devastating global war. Governments collapse one by one, and out of that chaos, powerful clans rise to take control. There are 8 major clans spread across the planet, working together to rebuild the world and restore order. Among them, one clan becomes the dominant force in North America. That clan is called Tekken, headquartered in Tekken City. To speed up recovery after the global collapse, the leader of the Tekken clan, Heihachi Mishima, sponsors a brutal free-fighting event in 2010 known as the Iron Fist Tournament. Fighters from the major clans are invited to battle until only one remains. The winner earns lifelong fame, power, and unimaginable wealth. The story then shifts to a young man named Jun Kazama, who lives in a slum city called Anvil. He is seen running for his life, chased by armed men. Jin turns out to be a smuggler working for a resistance group that opposes the Tekken Corporation.
That's gotta hurt.
On top of that, he is also being hunted by Jack Hammer, an elite Tekken soldier assigned to keep Anvil under control. After a long chase, Jin finally escapes and reaches the Resistance hideout, led by a man known as the Resistance leader. There, Jin hands over his latest prize, an unlimited internet device stolen directly from the Tekken Corporation.
Get some serious speed with this. For what?
Keeps the change.
Now we're good.
After getting paid, Jin heads to a nightclub. Inside, a massive screen announces that the Iron Fist tournament will begin in just a few days. It is revealed that this tournament has already been held 4 times over the past 4 years, and this is where everything begins. Welcome to Tekken.
Nice.
However, Jin uses his money to pay off a month of debt to the club owner, Frost. He then visits a rare goods dealer named Denslow to buy oranges, powder, coffee, and chocolate. Simple items he plans to bring home to his mother.
Nice doing business with you. Always.
Jin returns home and is welcomed by his mother, Jun Kazama. She is not only his mother, but also his martial arts instructor. Jin has been trained by Jun since childhood, learning a rare and powerful fighting style. Even so, Jin still knows nothing about his parents' true past, especially his father, who he believes died before he was born. Meanwhile, at the Tekken Corporation, Heihachi begins preparing the tournament arena alongside his arrogant son, Kazuya. Heihachi orders Kazuya to take command of Jack Hammer to secure the Iron Fist tournament and hunt down the thieves who have been stealing Tekken property in recent days. The story shifts back to Jin as he wanders the city at night. By chance, he runs into his girlfriend, Kara. Since they have not seen each other for 3 months, they decide to stop by Costco together. At the same time, the Resistance leader is busy working on the stolen internet device when Kazuya and Jack Hammer suddenly raid the hideout. While dealing with the Resistance leader, Kazuya also sends Jack Hammer to Jin's house. When Jack Hammer arrives, he finds only Jin's mother. The moment Jin learns about the raid, he rushes home to protect her. Instead of ordering Jack Hammer to arrest Jun, Kazuya gives a far more brutal command. He orders his forces to bombard her house. In an instant, Jun is killed.
Burn everything.
Jin arrives moments too late and is left completely devastated.
あなたの言ってることはわかりません。
From that moment on, Jin believes Heihachi is responsible, and a deep hatred begins to grow inside him. After the explosion settles, Jin searches through the ruins of his home. That is when he discovers his mother's Tekken identification card. The truth hits him hard. His mother was never just an ordinary woman. She was a Tekken fighter.
Tekken?
Determined to uncover the full truth, Jin decides to enter the Iron Fist tournament. Kara begs him not to join, but Jin refuses to back down and heads to the selection auditions. At the venue, he learns that the person in charge of the selection is Steve Fox, a retired Iron Fist tournament fighter. Without hesitation, Jin signs up and is taken straight to the arena.
I want to sign up.
Okay.
There, he is forced to face Martial Law, a former Iron Fist tournament champion.
He's up next. Get him in the cage. Now.
Since the selection match is broadcast across the city, Jin quickly becomes the talk of the streets, including among his friends like Frost. Even though Jin has never fought in a real match before, his friends still show up in full support. The fight begins, and both fighters display their skills.
Hey everyone, it's Jin.
Hey, remember last year's...
Marshall easily overwhelms Jin and knocks him down. While lying there, Jin remembers the encouragement his mother gave him during training. Fueled by those memories, Jin rises again and unleashes a relentless attack. Against all odds, he defeats Marshall and wins the match. Jin's performance catches Heihachi's attention. Impressed by his strength, Heihachi grants Jin a ticket to enter the official Iron Fist tournament. After the fight, Steve offers to become Jin's promoter, since every fighter must have one. Jin agrees and is taken to the Tekken Corporation.
Smart choice.
Around the same time, Heihachi confronts Kazuya after learning that Kazuya ordered the killing of a thief's family, including Jun. Heihachi is furious, believing that killing civilians during a time of crisis is never the right solution. At the Tekken Corporation, Jin is introduced to the other Iron Fist tournament fighters. Among them are Raven, a master of ninjutsu, Miguel Rojo, a Spanish street brawler, Sergei Dragunov, a sambo fighter, Eddie Gordo, a capoeira specialist, Yoshimitsu, the legendary swordmaster, Christy Montero from Vector Corp, the Deadly sisters Anna and Nina, and Brian Fury, a brutal kickboxing fighter. Jin officially joins them as a tournament contender. Afterward, Jin approaches Christy, the most striking fighter among them, and notices that she uses a fighting technique that feels very familiar, one he has seen from his mother before.
Who are you anyway?
Name's Jin.
You studied Bagua?
A little.
The next day, the Iron Fist tournament officially begins. Before the first round starts, the Tekken organization introduces all the fighters to the audience. Once the introductions are over, the opening matches get underway. Raven faces Eddie in the first fight and quickly secures the win. After that, it is Jin's turn to step into the arena against Miguel. During the match, Jin struggles badly. Miguel overwhelms him and leaves him battered. But as the fight drags on, Jin remembers his mother. That memory gives him the strength to push forward. He turns the fight around and ultimately defeats Miguel, earning his first tournament victory. After the match, Jin and Steve are approached by Kazuya, who has been closely watching Jin fight. Jin senses that his fighting style feels strangely familiar to Kazuya. The following day during training, Christy approaches Jin and invites him out. Jin accepts, and the two spend the night at a club, growing closer to each other.
I shouldn't.
I think you should.
At the same time, Kazuya runs a DNA test on Jin. The results confirm that Jin is the son of Jun Kazama, a name that clearly means something to Kazuya. After the night out, Christy escorts Jin back to the camp. As soon as she leaves, Jin is suddenly attacked by two female ninjas. Hearing the commotion, Christy rushes back, causing the attackers to retreat.
Jin!
Badly injured, Jin is taken to Steve. Steve explains that someone within Tekken does not want Jin competing in the tournament and advises him to leave while he still can. Jin refuses, driven by the revenge he is determined to carry out. He then shows Steve his mother's Tekken identification card. Steve is stunned, realizing that Jun was his teammate in the very first Iron Fist tournament. Elsewhere, the two ninja attackers, Anna and Nina, report back to Kazuya and admit that their mission failed. It becomes clear that Kazuya wants Jin dead, all to secure his ambition of becoming the sole heir of Tekken. The second day of the tournament arrives. Christy faces Anna in her match. During the fight, Christie realizes that Anna was one of the attackers from the previous night. Fueled by anger, Christie fights with everything she has and defeats Anna without mercy. In the next match, Jin is scheduled to fight Yoshimitsu. Heihachi is shocked, knowing this fight was never supposed to happen. It soon becomes clear that Kazuya arranged the matchup, hoping Yoshimitsu would kill Jin. Heihachi tries to stop the fight, but Kazuya blocks him and reveals that Jack has switched sides and now answers to him. Since Yoshimitsu fights with a sword, Jin is also given a sword. The battle that follows is intense, evenly matched, and brutally violent. During the chaos, Kazuya carelessly mentions attending Jun Kazama's funeral in front of Heihachi. Hearing the name Kazama, Heihachi finally realizes that Jin is Jun's son. He immediately triggers the emergency alarm, ordering all fighters to be secured. At that critical moment, Jin remembers his mother's words, that a masked warrior's weakness lies in the mask itself. Acting on that memory, Jin strikes Yoshimitsu's mask with full force. The move works, and Yoshimitsu is finally defeated. Badly injured, Jin is carried away by Steve and Christie. On the way out, they are suddenly surrounded by Jack Hammer and end up being imprisoned along with the other fighters. Not long after, Kazuya arrives and announces that Tekken now belongs to him. He goes even further by introducing a new rule for the Iron Fist tournament. From this point on, every match must end in death, meaning any fighter who loses will be executed. Once Kazuya leaves, Raven becomes the first fighter to openly reject the new rule.
All right, line up against the wall.
He launches a rebellion, attacking the Jack Hammer forces and seizing their V90 rifles. Raven, Steve, Jin, and Christie attempt to escape together. Along the way, they come across Heihachi, who is being held captive. Realizing that Heihachi is the only one who can help them get out, they free him. During the escape, Raven is shot and recaptured, but the others manage to break free from the Tekken facility. Heihachi then leads Jin, Christie, and Steve to an abandoned building. There, Heihachi finally reveals the truth to Jin. Jin is his grandson. Heihachi insists that he did not kill Jun. In fact, he was the one who saved her in the past when Kazuya harmed her. The most shocking truth of all is that Kazuya is Jin's father. That is the real reason Kazuya wants Jin dead, so there will be no heir to Tekken other than himself. At that very moment, their hideout is attacked by Jack Hammer forces. In the assault, Steve is shot and killed, while Christie is captured. Kazuya later confronts Heihachi and makes it clear that he will not kill Jin there. He wants Jin to die publicly in the tournament. After that, Kazuya orders Jack Hammer to execute Heihachi. Jin and Christie are then taken back to the Tekken Corporation.
I am Tekken. Heihachi Mishima is dead.
Soon after, the semi-final round of the Iron Fist tournament begins. This time, the match pits Brian Fury against Sergei. With the new deadly rules in place, both fighters enter the battle using weapons. In the end, Brian Fury emerges victorious, defeating Sergei and advancing further in the tournament. Meanwhile, Kazuya confronts Jin and forces him into a fight against Brian. Kazuya is confident that Jin will not survive, knowing how badly injured Jin already is. Before heading to the arena, Jin receives encouragement from Raven.
Anger doesn't fuel the fighter's soul, it incinerates it. You can become champion. There are a lot.
He then walks toward the battlefield as the crowd erupts in support, cheering his name. Driven by anger and determination, Jin faces Brian in a brutal showdown. The fight is incredibly intense. With Brian proving almost unstoppable, his strength and endurance make him feel nearly impossible to bring down. As Jin reaches his limit, memories of his mother and his friends come flooding back. That emotional surge gives him the strength to rise once more. Jin begins to counter every attack, and even risks a desperate leap from above in an attempt to finish Brian once and for all. Seeing that Jin is still alive, Kazuya loses control. He grabs 2 axes and personally enters the arena to confront Jin himself. What follows is a fierce and violent battle between father and son. Just as Kazuya is about to kill Jin, Christie breaks free and fires at Kazuya, creating a brief opening. Jin takes advantage of that moment, strikes back, and finally defeats his father. Despite everything Kazuya has done, including the death of his mother, Jin chooses not to kill him. Instead, he leaves Kazuya alive to live forever with the shame of his defeat. Jin is then declared the champion and earns the ultimate prize. In the end, even though Christie is deeply connected to him, Jin decides not to stay with her. He chooses to return to his hometown alongside his friends, leaving the world of the tournament behind as the story comes to a close. So the moral of the story is if your family reunion involves global wars, secret DNA tests, and death tournaments, maybe just go home early and avoid signing up for anything called Iron Fist.